Hey guys, I'm doing well today. It's my Reds and preview of Reds versus Brumbies. So yeah, starting with the Reds, this is an old game really for the Reds, but as well as the Brumbies. Both teams have already qualified for their finals, with the Brumbies qualifying for their grand final, and the Reds qualifying for their qualifying final. And they'll just have to wait and see for if the Rebels actually win that game against the Western Force, or if the Wartars are able to sneak in. So yeah, both teams are essentially waiting. So this is a game which is kind of odd really, because both teams are first and second within Super AU, but it'll be a good match overall because both teams have put up decent lineups. So should be interesting. Should be interesting to watch. So yeah, the Reds have only made 2 changes following their bye week, and they'll be playing at home. So hopefully that home advantage kicks in, because they haven't lost a game at home yet within this comp. So we'll have to wait and see if the Brumbies can knock them down a peg. But yeah, at number 1, the Reds have selected Harry Hooper. At number 2, they're going with Brandon Pengamosa. At 3, they're going with Teniela Tupou. At 4, they're going with Angus Bliff. At 5, they're going with Lachlan Sakai Loto. At 6, they're going with Liam Wright. At 7, they're going with Fraser McWright. And at 8, they're going with Harry Wilson. So yeah, I know it's a very good looking 4-pack. I mean, the only change they made to that 4-pack is with Harry Hooper returning back into the side from that prop position. But yeah, no, more than that, they've, like I said before, and I've been constantly throughout every Reds video, I'm continuously saying that the loose forward trio of Wilson, Fraser McWright, and Liam Wright could essentially be a Wallabies loose forward trio, and that's why I kind of think they should go with. I mean, they've been sensational throughout this competition. I mean, I've been particularly impressed with Fraser McWright. He's the one who's really stood out for me within this comp. I mean, don't get me wrong, Harry Wilson and Liam Wright have actually been very, I say, underrated in the sense of what they've done for that loose forward pack. But McWright is just, yeah, he's really impressed me within that breakdown for sure. And yeah, no, Sakai Loto, he's been brilliant about this competition within that lock setup, and same as Tupou, he's just always a tank, so it's great to see him play. But yeah, moving on to the backs. At number 9, they're set to Tate McDermott. At 10, they're going with James O'Connor. At 11, they're going with Filippo Dungadu. At 12, they're going with Hamish Stewart. At 13, they're going with Jordan Pataya. At 14, they're going with Chris Faitaya Suati. And at 15, they're going with Jock Campbell. So yeah, no, it's pretty good to see, with Chris Faitaya Sutia coming back into the side. So I think he was injured before, so it's good to see him back into the side. He's a decent player, and because of him slotting him within that 14 slot, it means that Jordan Pataya will be moving to the 13 slot, which is kind of usual for him, because he started his career I think within that 13 place. So it's not too big of a difference, but it would have been great to see him within that 14 role, because he's been playing well there for the Reds. Other than that, James O'Connor's been brilliant. James O'Connor and Tate McDermott, that combination there has been great to watch. Same as Filippo Dungadu. I mean, he's been a try-scoring machine throughout this competition. And yeah, Jock Campbell has impressed me a lot within that fullback position. And he reminds me of in a sense of like a younger version of, like, an inexperienced version of Ben Smith. And that might be a really weird comparison, but because Ben Smith, when he was playing, he was always great. But yeah, Jock Campbell, he has something about him which I like. So yeah, maybe he could be the next Ben Smith. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, moving on to the bench for the Reds. They have the likes of JP Smith, Ron Smith, they have Angus Scott Young, they have Bryce Haggerty, and they have the return of Hunter Pasami, who is coming back from his knee injury within early rounds within this comp. So yeah, great to see him back. He's a tank, and yeah, Bryce Haggerty, he's a player who can definitely impact that second half for sure, along with Angus Scott Young and JP Smith. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they do within that second half for sure, because they have players for sure who can impact that game. And yeah, I'd say overall it's a decent bench for sure. So moving on to the Brumbies. So yeah, the Brumbies, like I said, this is a situation for them which they could have gone all out and just said, we'll put players who wouldn't get a chance within that final, or they can go with a team which they can get some more preparation in for that game, because you never know, like they could face the Reds within that final. There's a possibility. So this is like a good kind of like warm-up match for them in a way, in which they can like analyze how the Reds play if they were to play within that grand final. But yeah, they've only made 3 changes to the side, that they beat the Western Force last week. And yeah, at number 1, they've selected Scott Sear. At number 2, they're going with Falau Faanga. At 3, they're going with Alan Alatoa. At 4, they're going with Darcy Swanton. At 5, they're going with Katie Neville. And at 6, I'm going with Rob Valentini. At 7, I'm going with Will Miller. And at 8, I'm going with Pete Sami. So that's a good looking, 4-pack there. They've only made really one change within that side with within that 4-pack with Darcy Swanning coming in for Douglas, I believe. I think Douglas is being being rested for this game, which is fair on him. He's been brilliant about this competition, so yeah, he definitely deserves a rest. And more than that, with Pete, Sami, Miller, and Valentini, it's a pretty good, looking loose forward trio there. Particularly Pete, Sami, I've been pretty impressed by him throughout this comp, and he's probably been the informed loose forward, I'd say, for them. So yeah, hopefully he can keep up his good form. And the likes of Flafang coming back into the side. He was rested within last week's match against the Western Force, and I know it's good to see him play because he's a try scoring machine, and I love him for that because he's just he always gets that try off that line out. It's just casual for him really. And Alan Alatoa, to my knowledge, I believe, is the captain of the side once again. But moving on to the backs. At number 9, they selected Nick White. At number 10, they're going with Bailey Kanzui. At number 11, they're going with Tom Wright. At number 12, they're going with Israel Simone. At 13, they're going with Tavia Kirajani. At 14, they're going with Andy Merrihead. And at 15, they're going with Tom Banks. So it's a pretty good looking back line there. I mean, they haven't really made any changes bar than the 9 place. 9 spot with Nick Wright getting his first start in a long while. I think it's been like 5 years since he's got his first start for the Brumbies. But of course, he was at Exeter Chiefs before. That's why I'm phrasing it like that. But it's good to see him back from that starting place. He's come off the bench within the previous 2 rounds, and he's in somewhat ways made an impact. So good to see him getting a chance really. But that's it with the starting lineup. Moving on to the bench, they have the likes of they have a pretty good bench, to be honest. They have the likes of Conwell McNary, James Slipper, Tom Ross, Nick Frost, Lachlan McCaffrey, Ryan Lanigan. They have Solomon Kata. I mean, that's one of the strong. I think that's arguably the strongest bench I've seen so far within this comp for sure. I mean, you have the Reds normally have the strongest, but man, they're going all out within that second half for sure. That's definitely gonna be their plan, and that could be the reason why they might win this game. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But other than that, that's it with the Brumbies. So moving on to the prediction. This is going to be a very close game. It's kind of what you expect really from these two teams. The last time these two sides played, the Brumbies did win 23-22, I believe, at home, and that was a heartbreaking loss, you could say, for the Reds. They gave away a penalty within the last few seconds of that match. And they were able to kick it over and beat them by 1 point. So the Reds will definitely be hoping to get some revenge. And I do believe the Reds will win. It might be a shock. It'll be a shock definitely for sure. But I do think they'll keep a hold of that home record they normally have, and I think they'll win it by 25-22. 25-22. I think will be the result of this match. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.